Hey everybody, hey, I'm going to do a new Boulevard beer this evening. Oh, by the way, TGIF, everybody, it's Friday. I'm going to do a new Boulevard, well, new to me, Boulevard Smokestack series beer. It's their new summer seasonal. I've not had it before, just saw it the other week when I was out of town. I'm going to do their Reverb Imperial Pilsner. Pretty cool damn label. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's like an amp. On the left, controls or kettle, and underneath that is, underneath each control are your water and your malt and your hops. They got ferment. They got that one cranked up to 11. And the one on the right, the single control on the right, cranked up to 11, is conditioning. So they got it cranked up to 11. A little bit from the website. It says, with its classic recipe and impeccable craftsmanship, Reverb Imperial Pilsner echoes our collaboration #1 Imperial Pilsner, the one of their 3 so far collaboration beers I have not had. Produced in 2009 with esteemed Belgian brewmaster Jean-Marie Rock. Like its predecessor, this summer seasonal is a steady and delicately balanced contrast. Up front, Pilsner malt makes a clear yet restrained statement answered by the steady, harmonious hum of Saaz hops, traces of which linger in the dry, crisp finish. And off the bottle, it's pretty cool. It says, how can a style as elegant and as refined as a Pilsner be amped up to imperial status? The answer, as Spinal Tap guitarist Nigel Tufnel might say, is simple. You go to 11. With its classic recipe and impeccable craftsmanship, Reverb Imperial Pilsner echoes our collaboration #1 Imperial Pilsner. Produced in 2009, same as before. Like its predecessor, the summer seasonal is a steady and delicately balanced contrast. Up front, Pilsner malts make a clear yet restrained statement, and same as before, and then they end up with Rock On. This comes up at 7.7% ABV, 32 IBUs. As many of you know, I'm not a real super Pilsner fan. Let's hope I can get this. But I am a big Boulevard fan, and I know those of you who tried Boulevard are probably fans too. They make some stellar beers, so even though I'm not a big Pilsner fan, see if I can get this damn cap out of here. Here it's coming. Last couple have not been as hard as most of the Boulevard beers. Maybe they've done something. Let's see what we got here. Nice pop. Nice smoke. Use my Bubba Gump pseudo Pilsner glass here. We'll get this in the glass and see what we have. I'm probably not going to finish this. This is our Friday night art walk thing, and I was just talking to some people down there, and they have a beer tasting class and beer sampling. So I may go down there in an hour and do that. But we got what looks to me like a pretty standard looking Pilsner. Ton of carbonation streaming up. Got that nice straw yellow, sort of hazy color, because Boulevard does bottle condition their beers, so there's a little bit of haze to it. Got a couple fingers of a nice, really foamy whitehead. Really nice looking Pilsner. Let me get a nose on this. Okay, it's mild compared. It's not nearly as big as I'd expect for an Imperial, but I mean, I am getting some nice mild malts. Got the grassy hops and lemons in the nose. Maybe a little lime, citrus in general, but not a really strong smell. You said mostly malt, and then you get that grassy, lemony hops. But I think the only 2 ingredients they use are Pilsner malt and Saaz hops. So let me give a taste on this. wow, that's a lot stronger than you'd expect from the nose. More from what I was expecting from Boulevard. Get that malty, grassy, lemony flavor right up front. And then you got that almost an explosion of bittering and flavoring hops from the middle of the tongue to the back of the palate. It's like the lemongrass, lemon, some mild floral hops in that, but those, you really got some nice toasty Pilsner malts in there. Really dry finish. It's like, this is like super dry. And despite the amount of carbonation streaming up, relatively subtle carbonation. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. There's a train coming by. Those of you who've been watching for a while know that I have my frequent co-star are the trains. I'm only a block from the train tracks, but I'd forgotten. I've done so many reviews outside now in the parks that I haven't. I'd almost forgotten about the train, but it's a cold day. It's in the mid-30s, really windy. Just a nasty day outside, and I didn't feel like going outside. And I had this sitting in the fridge, and I thought I'd do it. Maybe kind of pretend it's summer, but anyway, this is still not much on the nose, but you're definitely getting those Pilsner malts, and those hops coming through on the taste. It's got a nicely balanced taste, though. Really good tasting for a Pilsner. So let me sit, let this warm up just a tad. I'll sip on it for a while. Probably get a cap in this bottle. If I go to that beer tasting, I'm not going to finish this bottle. So let me sit, let this warm up a bit. I'll be back after a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It hadn't been all that long. I didn't want to let it warm up too much, but this is a decent Pilsner. One of the better ones I've had, but I've never been disappointed with Boulevard beers. Still not my favorite style. I might seek it out again, like next summer when it comes out fresh. I've got this is batch number 2, and I got a Best By date of 4/2013. So it's got some time left on it, so it's still sort of fresh. I think they usually give like 6 months, so it was probably, this one was probably brewed for not that long ago, maybe in August. So it's a decent beer for it's definitely worth trying. Got a good solid taste, nice mixture. It's maltier than most Pilsners I've tasted. A little heavier mouthfeel than most Pilsners too, but again, it's like little, you know, it's a little under medium mouthfeel, but it's still really dry. Would be a really refreshing beer, I'm sure, in hot weather. But I can't believe the difference between, I mean, this is big for a Pilsner. Definitely the opposite of what you expect from the nose. A lot of malt, very grassy, a little bit of lemon, but just a really decent tasting beer, well-crafted beer. So I'm going to give I'm going to try to ignore my aversion for Pilsners and just rate this as a Pilsner. And as a Pilsner, I'd probably give this a good solid 8 out of 10. The Boulevard, they've even got the label there. I don't know if you can see that, cranked up to 11. It says Boulevard and it's cranked up to 11, and there's the amp on the label. Really cool label, and I love their reference to Spinal Tap, and I'm sure Stumpy Joe, if he sees this, will appreciate it. So 8 out of 10 for the Boulevard Smokestack Series Summer Edition Imperial Pilsner, Reverb Imperial Pilsner. Till next time, everybody, cheers. Let's keep drinking good beer.